Good morning. Well, the Australian share market looks set to rise for the third straight day, with the SPI futures suggesting a 0.5% lift at the open ahead of Australia's economic data being released later today. The Aussie dollar has scaled to its highest level in 4.5 months, almost 70 US cents. After yesterday, Australia recorded its largest ever trade surplus, which is the difference between Australian exports minus imports, hitting a record of $8.4 billion in the first quarter of 2020. Plus, optimism was also boosted after the RBA said it would do all it can to support jobs, income and businesses. Overnight, markets were strong too, with investors buying up stocks that are linked to economies reopening, despite the risk of a second coronavirus wave amid the civil protests that are underway around the world. Bank stocks like the Bank of America and Citigroup rose about 1%, while Gap gained 8%. And the news that came out of China buying US soybeans also helped optimism in the US. The Dow gained almost 270 points, the Nasdaq rose 0.7%, and the S&P 500 ended 0.8% higher, now 40% up from its March lows. The oil price rose 4% to $36.81 US a barrel ahead of OPEC considering further production cuts, and the iron ore price rose over 3% to a new 10-month high, $102 a tonne, while the gold price slipped 1% to $1,734 an ounce. Now, what to watch today? Well, GDP is out for the first time this year. The market expects economic growth to fall 0.3% in the first quarter, while yesterday the ABS said the record trade surplus would add 0.5% to GDP's bottom line. So keep an eye on the figures at 11:30. If the figures are better than the market expects, cyclical stocks like banks and real estate stocks are likely to do well, while if GDP is worse than expected, watch defensives like utilities, telcos and staples, which should see increased buying. Now to three local trading ideas. Well, following Zipco's almost 40% again yesterday after announcing a 90% acquisition of a New York buy now, pay later group, as well as raising capital through a major US firm, UBS rated Zip as a buy. And secondly, following Virgin Australia proceeding to the next stages of administration with either Bain Capital or Cyrus Capital, UBS has rated Qantas as a buy, saying it looks more favourable and will likely see more demand. UBS gave Qantas a target of $4.65. And thirdly, Aristocrat ALL was reiterated as a buy by Citi, with the broker saying Aristocrat is its preferred gaming business as it has a strong balance sheet and surplus capital. Aristocrat is also set to benefit from New South Wales pubs, clubs and casinos reopening on Monday, and that accounts for about half of Australia's poker machines, while US casinos continue to reopen despite the civil unrest. Citi targets a $30.10 target for Aristocrat. I'm Jessica Amir with Bell Direct. Happy trading, stay safe.